a meeting to order for Thursday, September 6th. Roll call, please.
Mr. Martin, absent. Mr. Spence?
Here.
Mrs. Foreman? Here. Administrator?
Present.
Mayor?
Here.
Solicitor is absent. Fiscal officer is present. Mr. Merriman?
Here.
Mr. Mattern?
Here.
Mr. Dakenkolt?
Here.
Everyone please stand for a moment of silence for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have the minutes before you from our Thursday, August 2nd meeting. Motion be ordered to approve.
So moved. Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Foreman? Yay. Mr. Merriman?
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
And Mr. Dakenkolt?
Yay.
Thank you. Motion carries. You have the minutes from our special meeting of Thursday, August 21st before you. Motion be in order to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Foreman? Yay. Mr. Merriman?
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern?
I have to abstain.
Yes. Mr. Dakenkolt?
Yay.
Thank you. Motion passes. Persons appearing before council tonight. Mr. Morelli, please come forward.
I came tonight, I just wanted to check with the council, see what the plan is to repair Fernwood Road. I've talked to Walt several times, I've talked to Bob Merriman, I've talked to Robbie Martin. Nobody seemed to ever give you an answer.
Well, the answer you're not going to like, unfortunately. We have to patch that road probably for at least another year. It's on our list of priorities to be done. Right now, it sits behind Beechwood, which we received grant money for this year, and it's also sitting behind Meadowbrook, which needs to be done next year. Depending on how the bids and whether we can get enough grant money, and there's enough money in the budget, which we would hope to do like we did in the past, is we have patched that road in two separate spots based on money that was left over. We don't have the funding to do the entire road, and it's scheduled basically to be funded for the 2020 year. So unfortunately, we just have to limp along with it until we get funding available. We'll continue to try to get grants, but that's where it's at on the list. If for some reason we almost did not get Beechwood this year, which we got at the last minute with $300,000 grant, so our matching funds were used to do that road, which had we not, we were going to take those funds and try to go from Maine backwards for the $120,000 we had to see how far we could get. But it's unfortunate, since that did, it's fortunate and unfortunate for Fernwood, but we did get the $300,000 grant, so thus Beechwood's being done this year, which is far worse, unfortunately, than Fernwood, even though Fernwood is bad. So that's where we're at.
I look for Fernwood to implode again next winter like it did last winter, if they don't do something with it before winter.
I wish we had the funding to do it. It's not a matter of not wanting to do it. We'll continue to patch it as best we can. And again, I think it was probably 2 out of the last 3 years, we put 10+ thousand in the bottom, and then we come up the hill. So the goal was if we had money available, we would do that. Again, it's not, we'll see how things go with funding once Beechwood is done. If there's another 10,000, we could probably come up another section. So, we just have to see how that goes through. So, but unfortunately, again, we've tried to get grant funding for that in the past. It's now on the federal highway list money, which we would have been in better shape to get funding, which we still are now, but we just have not been successful in getting grants. Not that we won't continue to try, but we will.
Okay.
Okay.
Since it was brought up, I had several people approach me and asked about getting at least lines painted on the road, because once you get past, Rough Creek, there's no lines
On which road?
on Fernwood.
You can't drive fast enough to meet lines.
I'll get an estimate, and then you'll have to prove it's going to be more than $500 if we can find the funds for that. Remember, we took an extra $27,000 to pave Beechwood. I don't know that we have any more funds left on that, but I'll get an estimate before the next meeting.
Okay.
Anything else? Mr. Lockhart.
Thank you, Mayor, council members. I'm going to report tonight on a few committees that I represent the village. With regard to the BHJ, next meeting would be September 19th. I have no report right now. Steel Valley Transit, I gave each one of you tonight a two-page handout with regard to the procedure. If you want to notify any of your constituents about the transit service there and how to obtain passes or obtain information regarding scheduling and that. It's all spelled out there, and I'm going to arrange that, if it's okay, Mayor, I have one put on the bulletin board downstairs for the public. As far as Steel Valley Transit, financially, they're in good shape. The budget, they're under projections for 2018. They're doing well. They received a grant in the amount of $293 for the purchase of 2 buses, which they're going to purchase through the state purchasing authority. The only other issues they've had since the last meeting in July was evaluating and going over the board, the health programs that are being offered this year. There's a tremendous increase from the previous health supplier, and we're looking at the best situation financially, and then it'll be presented to the employees who are unionized. They will vote on this, but trying to get them the best deal they can get, both for Steel Valley and the employees. With regard to 7 ranges, the fire district, as of August the 1st, our representative fiscal officer, Kathy Colopy, received information from the state of Ohio with regard to the institution of an audit covering the years of 2016 and 17. And that will be instituted by that agency. Report will be forthcoming down the road, but they've given several, in a letter form of August the 22nd, they've requested a lot of information pertaining to this audit, and it'll be the first one that they've gone through over the period of time since the inception of the organization. The other thing she mentioned is that I think Councilman Mattern was going to discuss it there about the reappointment of himself and myself
report.
To that.
I'll take care of that.
Okay. With regard to, there's no information about Rita at this time. As far as I know, the monies are coming in from the last year on a timely basis, I assume. Otherwise, Denise would be notifying me, I'm sure. I asked her to do that. Other than that, do you have any questions?
Seeing none. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anyone else like to speak before council tonight? Seeing none, we'll move forward. You have ordinance number 2018-10 before you. This will be the third read. A resolution authorizing Bob Gale, Mayor, to prepare and submit an application to participate in the Ohio Public Works Commission state capital improvements and/or local transportation improvement programs and to execute contracts as required. Motion be in order to approve ordinance number 2008-10.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Foreman? Yay. Mr. Merriman?
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkall?
Yay.
Thank you. Motion passes. Is this correct? This is the first. I have this as the first. Okay, perfect. Resolution number 2018-11, a resolution authorizing Mayor Bob Gale to prepare and submit an application to participate in the Ohio Public Works Commission state capital improvement and/or local transportation improvement funds to execute contract as required. This is for what? Sewer?
Sanitation.
This is sanitation sewer phase 5.
And we can do it at the next meeting, the next 2 reads.
You have the second read of ordinance number 2008-12. An ordinance directing the village clerk to certify the local water fees to the Jefferson County Auditor's Office for placement on the real estate taxes duplicate as liens and to be collected with real estate taxes. Motion be in order to suspend the rules.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Foreman? Yay. Mr. Merriman?
Yeah.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dakenkall?
Yay.
Thank you. An ordinance number 2018-12, the third read, an ordinance directing the village clerk to certify delinquent water fees to Jefferson County Auditor's Office for placement on the real estate tax, duplicates as liens to be collected with real estate taxes. Motion to be in order to approve ordinance number 2018-12.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Foreman? Yay. Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dickinson?
Yay.
Ordinance number 2018-13. Second read. An ordinance directing the village clerk to certify delinquent sanitary sewer fees to the Jefferson County Auditor's Office for placement on real estate tax, duplicates as liens, and to be collected with real estate taxes. We need a motion to suspend the rules.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Foreman? Yay. Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dickinson?
Yay.
Ordinance number 2018-13, a third read, an ordinance directing the village clerk to certify delinquent sanitation sewer fees to the Jefferson County Auditor's Office for placement on real estate tax, duplicate as liens, and to be collected with real estate taxes. Motion in order to approve ordinance number 2018-13.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Foreman? Yay. Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dickinson?
Yay.
Thank you. Motion passes. Ordinance number 2014-14, a second read, an ordinance directing the village clerk to certify grass mowing charges to the Jefferson County Auditor's Office for placement on the real estate tax and duplicate as liens and to be collected with real estate taxes. Motion be in order to suspend the rules.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Foreman? Yay. Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dickinson?
Yay.
Ordinance number 2014-14, a third read, an ordinance directing the village clerk to certify grass mowing charges to the Jefferson County Auditor's Office for placement on the real estate tax, duplicate as liens, and to be collected with real estate taxes. Motion be in order to approve ordinance number 2014-14.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? I'm sorry, it should be 2018.
-14.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, all right. Motion, we have a motion and a second, correct?
Yeah.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Foreman? Yay. Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dickinson?
Yay.
Just so the record straight, that was 2018-14. Okay, too many, just got me going a roll here. Resolution 2018-15, resolution accepting amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor. Does this have to be in now?
Yes.
So we need to suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Foreman? Yay. Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dickinson?
Yay.
Thank you. Second read 2018-15, resolution accepting amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditors. Resolution 2018-15, third read, resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor. Motion to approve resolution 2018-15.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Foreman? Yay. Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dickinson?
Yay.
Thank you. Just get with me with all of them. Okay, thank you. Reports and announcements. You have the magistrate's report before you. We brought in for the month of August $9,566.88. Paid to the village $7,180.88. Paid to the state $1,597. Paid to other $789. Police report for August 2018, 171 complaints, 299 incoming calls, 10 accidents, 21 cases, 11 alarm calls, 20 juvenile cases, 15 arrests, 4 other arrests, 16 parking violations, 4 vehicle impounds, 10 out-of-town assistance, 63 auxiliary hours, 5 canine uses. You have old money collected from fines for the month of August of $1,754.50 for a total for the year of $17,710.78. You have the code enforcement report with you, 21 licenses for $1,050, 12 permits, 300 for $1,350 for the month of August. We need to select a village resident and the council representative for the 7 Ranges Fire District for the next 2-year term. Asking the council to approve resident Robert Lockhart, as our resident of Wintersville representative, and Councilman Jason Mattern, who is our councilman, who have been serving on it for the last 2 years already. So a motion be in order to approve those two.
So moved. Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Foreman? Yay. Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Degenkolb?
I don't like you staying out of it.
Yay. Thank you. Toward the end of the meeting, I'm going to ask for an executive session to talk about the audit. So I'll be asking that at the end of the meeting. Okay? Administrator.
First item, in process of filling out Phase 5 construction applications, go along with the resolution 2018-11. Applying for a $500,000 grant from Public Works, a $500,000 0% loan from Public Works, $200,000 grant from ARC, and approximately just a little less than $1.4 million loan from WPCLF. We qualify for a 1% hardship loan there, so it's just about a $2.6 million project that's going to encompass basically Moon Valley, pretty much everything south of Church Street and east of Fernwood Road. It'll cover the Rex Avenue, Russell area, then all of Moon Valley, and also Eeki Lift Station and Squirrel Hill Lift Station. We've been having some, again, problems with them. They're beyond their useful life, and pumps and electrical and everything are causing us some issues now. So those applications are in the works. Next.
On that subject, I'd like to recognize the residents in the Karen Place, McConnell, and in the Knolls who've really put up with a lot this year with this project of replacing the sewer lines. It's taking longer than anticipated for some reasons that were unforeseen. And I know they've paid a heavy price with the nuisance that's been going on over there. I thank you for their patience. On a good note, we've had a lot of rain this summer, and typically the sewage would overflow and we'd have to report to the EPA. We have not had one occurrence this year, just from doing the Knolls and Karen, and this here project will add to that. So it's some unnecessary disturbance and hassles and pains that we've had to endure, and those residents more had to endure. And I thank them, and we apologize for anything they had to put up with. We try to do our best to get it done. So right now, they're pretty much cleaning things up. There were a couple incidents, unfortunately, that I think could have been handled better by the company that was doing the job. But again, we can only apologize, on their behalf to these residents. So hopefully, with the next meeting, this will all be wrapped up.
Correct.
Okay? Thank you.
Okay. Second item, we received confirmation of the salt bids from ODOT, the prices. There were 3 companies that bid in Jefferson County. You can see the range from $81 to $67. We are back with Morton as the low bidder. Unfortunately, they're up 57% from last year, a little over $24 a ton increase. And if we purchase our allotment of 1,500 ton, we'll be slightly over $100,000 to treat the roads this winter, just in materials, not labor, fuel, and overtime.
As far as budget purposes, what I will be asking when we do our budget is we have to take 90% of that. So I'm going to ask that the budget would be set at the 1,350 ton mark. So basically, it's going to be just around 91,000. So that's what I think we should budget for. And unfortunately, this went up. We didn't foresee it to go up this amount. So I'm saying we probably should be able to do fine with the 1,350. We just have to make it work, and then we can take $10,000 off, try to save it in the budget. So
Didn't we put forth an effort last season to buy before?
we did. We ended up buying an extra 10% in
Yeah.
fear of this.
Yeah.
So we did get more from last year at the lower price. So we should be able to get by, I think, on the 1,350.
What do we got in the bin?
Now,
Half?
You know what? You can.
I would say less than half.
Okay.
For about a third. 500 ton.
Okay. Thank you.
Our fall system-wide hydrant flushing will start Sunday, September 30th, run through Friday, October 5th. It'll be 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. We'll announce this again also at the next meeting. Residents may experience low pressure and some discolored water, but it will be flushing every hydrant in the system. Our restroom construction project at the municipal building here down at the recreation area is underway. There's a few little blips, some little changes with the electric we're looking at, and some minor plumbing changes. Had a little bit of wet weather to start, but the footers are poured. They've got the plumbing roughed in, and hopefully that'll get the walls up here within the next week or so on that. I have a couple requests for some equipment. One, I thought we had this in the budget last year, but we did not, or it didn't get put in. A new pressure washer for the garage, which cleans everything. The old one is pretty much shot. The soap part doesn't work all the time, and the greaser on it. To get the whole new system is $1,471, and we have approximately $11,000 left in the M&R material fund. This is the same type of thing that's going in out at Indian Creek now in their bus garage. Like I said, we use ours for all of our equipment, the packers, the plow trucks, the backhoes and everything, pickups. So I'd like to request, since it's more than $500, that...
Was there nowhere else to get a bid for this?
It's the same one we have, and it's a local guy, so
I would
look
can we
for
please?
another one, sure.
I mean, holding off 2 weeks isn't gonna hurt us.
The local guy, he won't take the old one that's shot, like,
I don't think it's, I mean, we're using it now, but it's not, I don't think it can be repaired. I don't think we'll get any break, any
Yeah.
reduction on it. I'll ask that, but I don't think so. The second item, which again, I only have one price on, it's what the contractor was using on the sewer job to help us locate the water and sewer lines. Ours is not as up to date and not working as well. $3,678. It's from a firm just up near the Pittsburgh airport. It's out of the water fund. We do have $130,000 in it in the materials fund, and it's $3,678. I can also look for another price on it.
Can we for the next 2 weeks?
Comparable.
We do want, this is a very nice piece of equipment. It will save our employees time in using it, and also, I think, is more accurate than what we have. And I think we need to upgrade this piece of equipment because, especially with Jack out, it's been, and we've been using it a lot. I mean, with the gas company and a lot of things coming in, anything we can cut time and make it easier, I think would be better for us in the long run.
I'll get another quote. Next item, we have two demos moving forth from the county, 252 Beechwood and 116 Ellsworth. Went to the meeting there last Friday. RSV Construction has both of them. I was trying to get the Beechwood one started before our paving begins, or at least before, while they're doing the base repair work. There may be another paper or two that needs to be signed on it.
Well, I've been involved with the land bank and their attorney. I'm actually meeting with him again tomorrow and with the property owner to get some more papers signed. So again, they understand the rush. So we're going to meet tomorrow morning. Hopefully this will be it. But I won't know. But they are doing their best to push this. It will be done. It's just some legalities that have to be finalized.
Just a couple of community functions coming up. Eastern Gateway is having their 50th anniversary dinner on September 26th. There is a thing in here to reply, the food and what all's going on. For that, RSVP is next Friday. And then the next item is Jefferson County Soil and Water Conservation District is having their 74th annual meeting on October 1st. It's at St. Florian here in Luray. And they want to respond by September 24th. It's $20 for an adult ticket. This didn't copy very good, but I'll try and make some other copies. The color, it's just dark. It didn't come out well. I'll try and get some of these in everyone's basket if you're interested. Then the last item, we've had a little trouble getting these done in the past, and we're losing some guys, but I'd still like to try and schedule a employee safety meeting cookout here sometime in the next couple weeks, requesting probably to spend about $300. That's what we have in the past asked for, and see if we can get that going. They've done a lot of work this summer, being very short-handed, and kind of like to reward them a little bit for that.
Motion being in order to approve $300 toward the safety meeting / cookout.
So move. Second.
Comments or questions?
Who's it, you say for the safety means, is that for all the employees?
Be for the Public Works.
Public Works.
Yes.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Foreman? Yay. Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Dekenkolb?
Yay.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Any questions for administration? Seeing none, we'll move. Anything on unfinished business?
Nothing.
Yeah, I threw out there the second bid out there for the audio video for,
Yeah, I see that. Thank you. I don't have the original one. My only question would be right
here,
now.
you want to look at the original one?
I don't have it, but again, in meeting with the judge had made comments that if we were to go in with him and have him come here, he would probably want a different type of specifications, and he would probably fund that. So I'm not sure we want to go down this road right now until we figure out whether we're going to get in, let him use this building or not. So I hate to spend the $2,000 when he's going to redo it and have something different altogether.
Okay.
So I'd say we'll just hold off if that's okay.
Yeah, which was going to lead me to my second question. Where do we stand with the walkthrough with the judge on?
He, again, the commissioners approved the architect to do some architect drawings and that to see if it was feasible to come here, so we're just waiting on them. Okay? New business. Mr. Spence.
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Ms. Foreman.
Nothing, sir.
Mr. Jean Angel.
Nothing, sir.
Mr. Merriman.
Nothing, sir.
Mr. Matter.
Couple things. Seven Ranges Seven Ranges Fire District has a meeting next Wednesday, September 12th, 7 p.m. over at the 911 Center. I'm happy to serve for another 2 years. That's a nice little organization they got over there, and Bob can tell you more of the details. But it's a nice program and a community asset. Jefferson County Regional Planning is also scheduled for the end of the month. I could attend that one too. To follow up with Mr. Morelli bringing up Fernwood, listen, that road's been a sore spot for many years. I've been here for like 13 years, and it's been a sore spot for many years, but it's not because of an lack of effort from the administration, and it's not from a lack of effort from council. It's not from a lack of desire. We want to fix it. But it's been years of a situation over there where it wasn't classified the way it should have been classified. And then money, it's key. These projects in Beechwood and the Knolls, they're all hundreds of thousands of dollars collectively, and we can only do so much at a time. But Fernwood has been a sensitive spot and a sore spot, but it is a focus of attention, and like the administration said, hopefully in the next 2 years we'll have something wrapped up. I fully support the administration's efforts to go do that. And for whatever reason, I missed a special council meeting in August, and I just want to, at this point, state my approval and support of what council did, and that was the approval of the SRO officer in Indian Creek. I think that's an excellent opportunity. I applaud the chief and council for taking care of that while I was unable to be here. And I also look forward to other entities that are involved in Indian Creek to get involved in the future and having them also support the schools the way we are as well. That's all I had at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Just that you brought it up. Officer Shoemaker, who's over there working as the SRO officer, I spoke with the superintendent today, actually, and he is very pleased with us and us working together and is very appreciative. And he says Officer Shoemaker is doing a heck of a job, and he's very appreciative. And he says, he likes working with us, and he continues to see that, into the future. We did meet on a couple other projects. Again, with some of the things that are going to go on up there, you had to talk about, the water, the sewage, where things tap in, some of the drainage issues, so when they start doing the actual renovation, rebuilding of the new high school, they're bringing us in early, to make sure that we're on board to help, and so that they meet what we need to do as well together. So very cooperative relationship. So thanks for bringing it up. Mr. Degenkolb.
No new business, sir.
Thank you. No transfers, correct?
Correct.
Motion to pay the bills.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Foreman? Yay. Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Degenkolb?
Yay.
I'd like to go into executive session to talk about the audit process that is currently going on.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Foreman? Yay. Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Degenkolb?
Yay.
Motion to return from executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Spence?
Yay.
Mrs. Foreman? Yay. Mr. Merriman?
Yay.
Mr. Mattern?
Yay.
Mr. Degenkolb?
Yay.
Motion adjourned until September 20th at 7 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
Comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Meeting adjourned.